discussed yesterday? Sir, till yesterday we discussed forms in Angular, sir. How different forms, how you can write the template driven form, or how you write reactive forms, or how you can make it some kind of you know uh, template driven reactive form validation or the template driven form validation. We did custom validations or we did asynchronous validations also. Okay, now let's discuss. Yesterday we had a simple understanding of what is a services, and we will go in depth of the services today. Okay, now git push your origin main. Let's go to the nodes. 2 2.txt. Okay, now first one, services. Okay, so today we are going to learn about the services, sir. The notes regarding the template driven and the reactive ones are already shared. Okay, already shared in the group. You can check it. Let's start it. Okay. Now, in Angular architecture, services plays a crucial role, sir. Okay, services are actually part of the Angular architecture. Okay, what is this services will do? Services allows you to organize, organize, and share data or code across the application, across different parts of the application. Sir, yesterday I have told you how these services can be done. Services are like the common area where you will write some functions and those functions can be used anywhere you want. Okay. Now we can write our own services, sir. And you can create the services also. How do you create the services also? I will tell you. Usually, when you will use services, services used to like these things are used for to actually these are used to encapsulate reusable logic. For example, one code is there like adding two numbers, okay, or subtracting two numbers. These kind of things are there, and uh, they are used in many parts of your application. For example, in your application, 5 6 components are there. Okay, in all components, you have this particular reusable logic, which is services. Okay, now, so how do you do that? How do you do like different reusable logics? Okay, the one logic which you can use it multiple times, where you will put in services, so that you can put it one time in services, any time you can use by any particular part. Okay, or whenever you want to provide some data, provide the data to different parts of application, like different parts of application is like different components in the application. Okay, okay, and it's like the communication. And data share between components. Okay. Now basically it goes with singleton pattern, sir. Okay. Every services will go with the logic of a singleton pattern. Singleton pattern is like it should have only one instance. Okay. Okay. It follows one singleton pattern. Like the purpose should be one pattern. Singleton pattern means it should create one instance by default. Okay. By default it should create some the only one instance. By default, by default, okay, there is only one instance, one instance of a service. For one service only one instance will be there. Okay. Whenever this service got injected into another application, okay, then all application all applications all applications who share this data, okay, all applications or different parts of the application, all components, all components all components share same instance, same instance. How do you give this instance to components, sir? We inject the instance. Yesterday I have shown you what is the dependency injection. We inject the instance into component component. Okay. To make this service reusable and all, we use something called at the rate injectable decorator. There is one thing called at the rate injectable decorator. Okay. This at the rate injectable decorator is the one which will give you which is used to make the angular inject. Okay, this is particular service to inject the service to allow to allow to inject service dependencies. So to inject these service dependencies into your code, okay, we use basically something called at the rate injectable in the service, okay, so that it works with the concept of dependency injection. Now let's see how it will work. Okay, everyone who have Angular interview questions, the first question they may ask you what is a service, and the second question they may ask you what is a dependency injection. Okay. Basically, a dependency injection here works as a pattern, sir. Okay. You can tell it like Angular uses a hierarchical inheritance system like injector system, hierarchical injector system. Why we need this injector systems to provide services to components, to provide the services to the components. Okay. It means it means that a service it means that a service provided higher level higher level which is like the root level or something, is available to all components. That is a service actually, to all. And that one is used by the dependency injection. Okay. That one is used by the dependency injections. The uses are like we will write it how you will write. We will create the instance create the instance instance of service in constructor parameters, in constructor parameters, so that even though they are dependent, it will not make any change if you change it in the old the original one. Okay, you can use it in different logic, sir. Usually we will use it, sir. These are commonly services commonly used for HTTP request. After this one, we will discuss HTTP request also today or tomorrow. Services are commonly used for HTTP requests. Okay, or state management. Okay, like this we can use it. Now let me show it to you. A service. Okay, let me write a simple logic of services, sir. Go to the Angular, go to command prompt. Now cd Angular, I'm going into the Angular folder, and now I'm writing it. uh, ng generate application, and application name I'm giving it. Let's give an application now, basic services. Okay, and now standalone equals to false. Okay, in the app, in src, inside the app, let me delete all the things. What happened? Shit. Now here I can say module, I can say this one delete. No, this one is component, not delete. This one is spec. This one is routing. I don't need any routings. So I can go to app component, and here I can say it like no need of routing. When we come and understand the routing at the time, I will tell you, sir. By default, routing will come to you. Okay. Now div h1 app component. The only reason I will put every time this thing just to check it whether it is working or not. You don't need to put it every time. Okay. CD Angular. ng serve basic services. Basic services. Okay, B is also capital. Now it's building. Okay. Now let's go to this one. Let's go to this file and write it here. Ng generate one service, sir. I want to write one more service. Okay. Ng generate service. You can put more components also, sir. I am doing everything with one component actually. Okay. You can create whatever the services you like ng generate items. Okay, ng generate a service item in the project. Which project I want to create it? I want to create in the project basic services. Okay. Okay, see, it created two files: service file, service.ts file, service.ts and service.spec.ts. I don't need spec.ts actually. I will go here. If you see it here, why it is like this? Now go down. Okay, don't know what happened. Now anyway, let's go here, service, and here delete this particular spec. Now this is the main services file, sir. If you see here, uh, by default service will have only one thing, which is called injectable, and which is provided in, see, at the rate injectable is provided in where, sir? In root. It's like I told you, hierarchical system is there. So it is provided in the root directory. That means it is available for all. If instead of root, if I said it like app component or some particular component, then only for that component the service can be used. The moment you said it root, it is available to for everyone. Okay. Any doubt, sir? No. Now in this, what I will do, I will just create some basic array. See, I will create one array, private items. One array I'm creating. This items will contain a string of arrays. Okay, which is an empty string. This is an empty string, sir. Empty array, empty array. Now in this, usually in services you don't need any constructor. For remaining things in the service, in the constructor you will write this all. Okay, so by default it is there or not doesn't matter. Now here, see, I am writing some functions, sir. I created one variable which is items, and I am creating one functions also, some functions. Add items. If someone give you here okay, if someone give you one string value, then I will write it here. I will write it here. This dot items dot push I. Sir, what it will do, sir? If someone give someone somewhere write it like add items and give one string, and it will add it into the items array. Okay, same thing. If someone wants items, then I will write it like get items. If someone asked it, then I will write it like return this dot items. If someone asked clear items, some method clear items, then I will write it like here. I will clear everything into the array, sir. I will just make the array empty. How do I write it, sir? So simple. This dot items equals to empty. Sir, any doubts in this one, sir? See, I just write three functions. Forget about how you will use it in components. I will use it anyway now. But see, is there any doubts in these things? Is there any doubt, sir? Sir, is there any doubts till now? No. I hope it's clear, right? Online, is it clear, ma? Everyone till now? Just I created one service. Yeah. Now, sir, I just created one service, sir. I write it like ng service, ng generate service. See, this is the command I wrote, ng generate service and basic services I did. Okay. Ng generate service and I with the project. And after creating the service, sir, I just write some basic items. I just created one array and then I just write three functions. One is add items, one is get items, one is clear items, some basic functions. That's it. Now I will go to my HTML. This is my app component HTML. In the app component HTML and the app component TS, I will use my logic, sir. Okay. Where is this app component TS? Yeah. Okay. Now here I will tell, I will write it like some, here also I will have one array which is items, which is a string array, but I will not give any values here. Okay. Items, which is a, oh, sorry, string array. Items is a string array, sir. Now it is not having any initializer. If any time it says that, you can put exclamation or you can have it in constructor. Now in the constructor, I'm going to have it, sir. First thing, how do you get the service here? Import from dot slash item dot service. Now here I will write it like item service. That is what I, it is there, sir. The main one, the main service is this class only. For that class, I will create one instance. How do you create, sir? See, I'm creating, you can write public or private. Private, if you use, you can't use it in the HTML file also. Okay, I'm using private, it doesn't matter. I want to use it only in the component, and HTML, I want to print them. That's it. IS for item service. If you remember, when we did form builder also, we did the similar one. It's a service. See, now for item service, you created one object, sir. It's like for item service class, you create an object, and using this one, you can call however whatever you like it. Okay. Now I will say like this dot items, this dot items, this dot items means items here, whatever this one, that one is here. Okay, this dot items is equals to, so whatever the value here, the basic array empty, initially nothing is there, empty, that one I'm giving it value. How do you give it value? Here I will write it is dot, okay, this dot is means this array, sir. See, I took this value is, sir. The moment you write is dot, see, can you see this ones? Add items, clear items, get items. Did you write these things here, sir? No, you wrote these three things in the service, but the moment you create instance in any component, you can access them. Okay. Now I'm gonna write get items, and the get items function will be called, and that I will return all the array, and whenever it is returning, it will store it in the items. So by default, you will get the items, sir, and you can print it in your HTML. In my HTML, I'm printing all the items. How I will print, sir? Here I will use some div. I will use the logic of ng for okay, ng for let I of items, and inside I will write it like I. So it will repeat it. Now it will print it, sir. It will only print it. Now here I will write two buttons. Button add button, clear all, clear all. Now if someone clicks on this button add, on click, it will call one method add. Okay, add, and it should give some string actually. Okay, anyway, I will give it there, add. And then here, if I write it here, click, which is equals to clear. So now there is no clear and add here. So I'm going into the component, and here I'm writing the clear and add, sir. Add and clear. Now see, so simple concept here. Now I'm gonna create a new string. If you wanna add, you can put one new variable and you can put an input box and you can add also. But I am giving it something new. Okay. Now I'm gonna write it like const new item, which is equals to which is equals to I am writing it static values. Okay. Now, for example, if you want to do it like your own value, you can put one input box, and if someone click on the input box, and it will take that particular value, and that value it will add it. Okay, it's not a big deal, now. So if you want to do that, you can do that also. Now here I will put it. If someone clicks on the add, you can do that also. How do I do that, sir? I will put this X here. I will put one input box, input text, and then I will put here add, and this one I will connect with then something called ng model. Ng model equals to new value. Now let's go here in the modules. Here I need to put forms module. Now I will go here and I will write it here new value. I will create it here something called new value. New value, which is a string. You don't need any initializer. You can put exclamation. Now I don't need this. See, if someone call this add value, sir, then what it will do, it will go to add method and it will try to call, add method in the services, sir. Add method in the services. Now this dot is dot add items, and it will give the new value. Already it has new value, this dot new value, and it will have the value now. After this getting, again I will update this one, I will write this one, so that again items will get updated. After adding the value, it should return the new values. That's it. See how much easy it is. So what I did, sir, I just added one value and I called the method from add items, and then called the method from the services, which is add items. And after adding them, again I got the new items values and I printed them again in items, so that whatever I added, it will show on the screen. Same thing. If someone called clear, I will do the same thing here. For clear, you don't need to send any values. Dot clear items. Now let's see, sir. It's over. Now let's see your logic. In 4200, it will be there. Now see, can you see it here, sir? You have one button. Sir, get items. Where is that method, sir? or predefined methods, sir. No, not at all. Get items methods are not predefined methods, sir. Where is that get item method? It is inside the services, sir. See, I write one method get items to return all the values of that particular items. I write add items. I write clear items, and I store everything inside item service. And in the component, I took this item service, I imported them, and I created one instance is, and every time I call the is dot. Okay, that's what. If see now this add items, I can call it in any another components, sir. Yes, you can do that. So that's what the main logic is. How to give dynamic data, sir? Now I'm giving dynamic data only, na. Now it's not static data. Earlier I thought to give static data, but changed it. Now see, now go here. See, if I give it here dynamic data only, if I give some value here, Raj. Now what will happen? Raj, you are entering, sir. Understand line by line. Raj, you are entering in component.html. Here you are entering Raj. After entering, what it will happen? It will store it in the new value. New value. Now new value is Raj. Ho gaya. Then after, if I click on add method, it will go here, and in the add method it will call add method, and then it will go this dot is. What is, sir? Is means this services ka instance. Now if I write this dot is add items and I'm passing the new value, that means I'm passing Raj, and it will go to add items in the is. Where is that is item service? Go here. In that it will go to the add items. In the add items, what it will become? I value is now Raj. Raj will be pushed into the items array. Now items array is having it Raj. Okay. Now will it be over, sir? No. In the item C, after writing this line, there is another line. What I am doing it, I am saying it this dot is dot get items. Now I will go here again, and here get items means return all the array, whole array, this dot items. Now it will return all array, and it will store it here also in items. Okay, it is stored. Then after that items, I am printing it in the for loop. So all the things will be printed here in a for loop. See how much easy it is. It's like how the data will be transferred. Now go here. If I click on Raj, now Raj will be printed. Now see, then next, next, here, Shaker. Now something. See, if I click on clear all, it will go there and it will clear everything. Again back. So simple logic, na? Now, what if, sir, there are two more components? Like, what if there is another component? Will the communication will happen between them? Yes. See, I am writing it now. There is another component named header. Imagine generate header, ng generate component header. Now one component will be created, sir, named header. Now if I go here, see, one folder is created, header, and inside this header you will have again four files. I don't need the spec file, I don't need any CSS file. Now this is the main header. I will remove this thing. Now in the main header, what I will do, again here also I will print the items, sir. Okay, so I will print ul inside ul li, just to show the difference. I am doing it here in ul. ng for let I of items. Okay, and here each one will be I, and there is no items here. Let's create one value with this items, one empty string. Items string. Okay, sir. Now go here and write it in a constructor. Constructor uh, private. You can name it ISE. whatever the name, you can put it is also, your wish. Just I want to show it to you like that. Okay, first import the service. Import. Now here item service, and here is, and I will create an instance. So this is dependency injection, sir. You will create the instance in the constructor parameter. Now I will write it, this dot items equals to this dot is dot get items. Okay, get items, call this. So simple, sir. Now see, automatically it will print it here. It will take these items and it will store it and it will print it here, sir. Now what is the error here? Now if you see this app header, I will put it in the main fund. Here I will put something app header. Now if I go here, if I go to my code, see there is another thing, header works also. Now if I add it here, Raj, add it. Now see, Raj is coming in the header also. See, the data is transferring from the one component to another component, right or not? But point is, sir, now data is not going from one component to another component. There is one common data. Whenever you are changing it in the main component, common data is changing. And at the same time, whenever the common data is changing, automatically the the header component or whatever the components uses that main data also changes. Okay, it's like, so earlier how you used to do, sir? Earlier, if you want to change something, see for example, this is a main component, this is a header component. Earlier, if I change something here, if I want the same change here also, then I used to write it like parent child communication or child to parent communication. But now instead of doing it, I will put one common data which is service, and then I am doing a changing here, and automatically this one is related to this and the change will happen here. If the header made any changes to the service, and again that changes will come to the main one also. It's like one common data you are keeping it. That is called service basically. Sir, is it clear, sir? What is it service, everyone? Usually services we will use it for fetching data like HTTP clients. Sir, is it clear, sir? Online, is it clear, everyone? Yeah. Okay, I hope so. If anyone have any doubts, sir, please let me know. Once see it, you will get it easily. Now, now someone asked a question: if multiple components are trying to update the data exactly like array elements, then which component gets the priority to do also first? It's like which component do first will get it. Like, see, multiple components cannot do at a time, na? How it can do any at a time? For example, see, in the second one also, in the header also, I put an another input. Okay, so both can able to update, but which one you are using to update? Whichever one, see, you cannot click two things, two buttons at a time, right or not? If you put one button in one component, another button in one other component, both will do the work. But which one will work? The one whichever you click. Okay, whatever the clicked on, whatever the component did the action first will get priority. Two components cannot trigger a service once. It's not possible technically also. It's like you cannot take two places in the website at a time. Now explain module. See, here the module part is not there. Here only the services part. Services will tell to you components, like all components will use some common data and the common data is stored in the services. Now go here, sir. Now the same way, I want to write one thing called HTTP client, sir. Okay, let me go here. Services. Now here, Then after this, HTTP client. What does it mean by HTTP client, sir? HTTP client means like this HTTP client is a module, and this is very important, sir. Like in Angular provides this HTTP client to do the fetching. Normally for getting the details we will use fetch method. Okay, fetch or async await we will use it. A fetch or axios we will use it. But here we will not use that. We will use request. Okay, it's a module which is a predefined module. This is okay, predefined module which is used for making HTTP request like fetching and all. Okay, okay. Now it in the backend it will do the XML HTTP request, which is the native one. Okay, what we write in the services, those all methods write in mode module also now. No, we don't need to write it in module.ts. See, whatever you write it in services, the app module is not having anything. Can you see? Is the app module is having anything? No, it don't even know what are the services existed. Okay, it's like the common modules will common things are inside the services. App module don't know anything in the services also. Okay, instead of it will think it like header component only, it's think it like app component only, have that add methods, add items, get items. But all components combinedly will put some common data which is a service. So module is not having any interface with it. Okay, online, is it clear, ma, till now? Now HTTP client you need to tell because it's a module. HTTP client is a module which you will use it in services, and this one need to be imported. Okay. First one, how do you do that? Step one, import HTTP client module in module.ts. You will import this HTTP client module in module.ts, sir. So let's go here and import, comma, HTTP client module. That's it. Now, after this, now you will inject into a service or a component. Now I am injecting into a service. Inject the service into, inject HTTP client into a service. Now let's go to one service file. Now this one is interesting. See, this one is interesting. Now here I'm just writing it here. Private products. Products. Okay. And which is an empty value initially. Now here I will write the constructor, sir. So I am writing the constructor in the service, sir. Why, sir? Because now in the service I will do again dependency injection. Okay, because HTTP client can be injected here. Import HTTP client from common.http. Now same thing. How you do services in another program like that HTTP client you will do it in services. HC HTTP client. You can do like that, sir. Is there any doubt, sir? Is there any doubts, ma? No? Now, same thing. I will write it here. Get products. Get products. Okay. Get products. I will use this dot, this dot, HC, which is HTTP client dot. You have, see, you have all the methods. get, post, push, delete. I think for the you all already know what is API and all. In the API request, you will use get, post, and all the things. Huh? That is only so. HTTP client is used for this API calls only. Now I am giving one link. Okay. Now I will go to something here. And I will go to somewhere quick store API. See, we did already this kind of project, and at that time I used fetch. This time I don't need to use fetch. I will directly use this. Okay. Then I will get one. When you do this, sir, you will get one data. Okay, sir, this is very important, sir. This is very important. Use of HTTP client is HTTP client is used for the get, post, put requests, like HTTP requests. Now very important, sir. Can anyone tell me, whenever you call the fetch, which one you will return? What what the fetch method will return? Can anyone tell me what the fetch method will return, sir? Can anyone tell me what the fetch method will return? Okay. Someone is saying address, someone is saying object, both are wrong. Fetch method is return or promise. No, fetch method return promise. Fetch always return promise, sir. That's why you will write dot then. Okay. To resolve the promise. To resolve the promise, you will write dot then. Okay. Same thing. This dot get will return. This dot get will return something called observable, sir. I think I told you once. Observable is like the group of promises. It's like a set of promises. To resolve it, you will write it something called subscribe. See, subscribe. See it here, ma. Subscribe. Now inside the subscribe, I'm giving it some basic value here. Let's go with something data. Now if I print it, data, and here I will say this dot products equals to data. Now whatever the values I'm getting it, I'm storing it in the this dot products, sir. Now the object type is assignable to a very few other types. Let's print the data first. Now this get products, you can call it anywhere you like it. Now where is the error? Here is the error. Yes, that is the point. Okay. In parameter, please give data any. Yeah, I will try it. What that? What any parameter? You mean this object? Let's see it. Let's see it. Now let's go here. Let's go to one component, sir. Okay. Now I will put one button here. Button. Click. If I do this, I will use some basic click, sir. If someone clicks this, it will call uh, get. products. And where is this get products? In the app.component.ts, I will write one method, get products. Now in this get products, I will write it like this dot uh, is dot get products. Let's see whether it is working or not. Yes, console, I'm printing it now. If I click on this, see it is printing all the JSON value. Can you see it, sir? See it printed all the values. It took the get. If it is your fetch, sir, you have to convert into res and res.json, and then you have to take the data. Here you will get it directly. Okay. Now I will go to services. I will write my logic. This dot products, which is equals to data. Why it is saying it like this? The object of any data type is not assignable. Okay. Now maybe I will write it here. Here its data type is the problem. I will say here any. Then it will not be any problem. Okay. Now here each one will be an eraser and an array of objects. Now I will go here. It will return this dot. Okay, first this dot products, and then after this it will return this dot products. Now I will go here and I will take this value whenever someone calls this get products, and here this dot get dot products, and here I will create another value products dot. I will go here this dot prod equals to this dot get dot products, and I will print the products here. I will print the products here. How do you print it, sir? Simple. Div div ng for let I of prod, and here I will print I dot title. That's it. Now if I go here, if I click on this, then all the products titles it should print. Now, why there is no title here? Each one is having title now. Let's go here. Let's check it this. Here I dot prod. We will do one
Recording in
CRUD operation.
progress.
I will create one application with a CRUD. Okay. And then we will do routings and we'll do some stylings. Okay. Which will finish most of the Angular, sir. Sir, your Angular course will complete in max 2 weeks. Okay. So, so be prepared from starting onwards. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. How to connect with, sir? Someone is saying that Koyada, Joshua, you won't connect any database, sir. Okay. Database will not be connected in Angular because this is Angular, Ray. This is front end. And someone is going with the notes I already pushed into the drive, sir. Please go with the live drive. Okay. You can get the drive link, and in the drive notes is there. Okay. And I will push it the whole thing into Git also. If you are not having the drive also, always the notes will be in the Git also. You can check it in Git.